Welcome back, my Trinbago Vibes peeps, to this three-part series, three local books. So we're on Isipario Old Road here, heading to a familiar spot to meet the author of the second book. I should name this our authors hopping series, boy. So yes, so the second book is about a man on a mission to become a doctor and the struggles he faced in this journey at a time where this was unheard of. So yeah, so let's do this, because we have just arrived. That's right, we're back at the Mudhouse Museum for our second book, The Life of Dr. Ramkumir Chatru, written by Ms Rajwantee Bullock. So let's go chat with her now about this book. So Ms Bullock, tell us a little something about yourself for people who don't know you.
I have been a teacher. I am a fifth generation indentured child of an indentured laborer. I am the eldest in a group of 8 children. I took up the job of teaching in 1967 and I never really stopped teaching. So I made a lot of friends. I taught thousands and thousands of students.
So the Mudhouse book, The Life of Dr. Ramkumir Chatru, what was the most memorable part in writing this book?
Well, I think the most memorable part was actually the trip to Germany. I actually spent 6 weeks in Germany doing research on the book.
Okay, so a little backstory on this second book, The Life of Dr. Ramkumir Chatru. There's a section in the book, spoilers by the way, that is based in Germany. So this is why she's explaining how her time in Germany was the most memorable for her. All right, let's continue with the interview.
And I went to every place that Dr. Ramkumir lived and where he studied and where he worked. And I think that is what opened the passageway for the writing of this book, because what it did, in order to write it, I had to live it. And I think that is what I did that made the writing very easy.
And your descendant, or Dr. Ramkumir, was your...
He was my uncle, my father's brother.
And the one nice thing about the book is that it shows you how life was back in the days. Like, this was when we now gained independence, so I'll take it is from your perspective or what you experienced growing up, plus the research as you got older. So what lessons do you hope the reader could take away after reading this book?
Well, you see, the book is actually to motivate young people, because it was not easy for Dr. Ramkumir to proceed on the studies as he wanted to. He struggled, he really struggled. As a matter of fact, the initial name of that book is Running on a Double, that he actually lived a double life to achieve the thing that he wanted. So I am hoping that when young people read it, they will be motivated and not discouraged. They will be motivated to achieve their own dreams, because they will see that it could be done. You just have to work hard and focus on what you want.
Correct. And I noticed the painting behind you is also what is used in front of the book. Why did you choose this painting as the cover for your book?
Right, actually it is a painting done by an artist who worked with me, the Siberia Art Society, Kisha Padilla, and what we wanted her to capture was the fact that he fought even his father to get an opportunity to go to school, because at that time it was believed that children will be the additional labor force for the cocoa and coffee industry. And when he chose academics, his father was not inclined to academics. His father himself, Chatru himself, was a hard-working man. He worked in the cocoa estate, he worked with fishing boats. His concept of work to get money was to work hard. At that time it was only foreigners who were doctors. So to become a doctor, to want to become educated, you were overreaching yourself. And so he thought, Chatru thought it was not possible. But this picture depicts the story of Ramkumir trying to get his work done, his school work done. And he will take his reading book and climb up a tree. And he will read, so his father will not find him. But his father will search for him, because he wanted him to go and work in the cocoa fields, because it's only through that work that the father perceived that they would be able to gain a few shillings and have some money.
Well, that's very inspirational. Where can we get copies of this book?
Well, this book is available here at the Mud House Museum. The reason why we have not put it on the internet and put it on the stores, for one, because when the book arrived in Trinidad, we had just shut down for COVID. So what we did is we sold some to friends, and we still have most of it, and they're available here at the museum. When you call and make an arrangement that you are coming to visit, you can also indicate if you want a copy of the book. So that was Ms Rajwantee Bullock here at the Mud House. Boom. The story of Dr. Rankomi Chatteru. He's the one him and his wife is the one responsible for the Mud House and turning it into a museum here. So you could check it out. Check out that book. This is the second one in a 3-part series. If you haven't seen the first one, check that out here. And well, the final one is right here. By the way, if it is you haven't seen the Mud House video, the one I did on the Mud House, you can check that down right here. Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed already, of course, subscribe, you know, right there. So, Trinbago Vibes peeps, on to the next book, the third and final one in this 3-part series. And this one we're heading up north to Cora